ask that you cleanse and sanctify us for this deliverance. Ebony, get back.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 horror drama The Deliverance. The film is directed by Lee Daniels and it stars Andra Day, Glenn Close, Anthony B. Jenkins, Caleb McLaughlin, Demi Singleton and Monique. The film focuses on a young black mother called Ebony, who is struggling very, very much. She doesn't have any money, really, very little. She's got her mother, played by Glenn Close, who is needing treatment for cancer. She has no husband with her, and she's struggling to cope with her three children, Andre, Nate, and Shantae. They've just recently moved into a new house. She's got, children's social services on her back because of her past, her abusive past, and her relationship with alcohol. And to top it all, the house they've moved into, unfortunately, has got a very, very dark past, and there is a dark entity that is preying on her children. And she has to fight with every ounce of what she's got in order to save the souls of her children. Right, what are my thoughts on The Deliverance? This is, I think, going a little bit under the radar, I think it's fair to say. This is a Netflix film, and, I suppose it's easy to kind of scoff and just kind of think, it's a Netflix film, I'm not really that fussed. But there's a lot of pedigree with this film, you know what I mean? Look at the cast, look at the director. We've got, I believe he's an Oscar-nominated director. You've got, obviously, Glenn Close in here and all these talented people. And at the very core of this film, it is very, very focused on, relationship struggles, family struggles. It's like a grounded, gritty drama with the struggles that this mother has coping with her children, with her mother, with no money, with her abuse of alcohol, with children's social services on her back all the time. She ain't got it easy by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, she doesn't make it easy on herself because she's got a big mouth. And there are quite a few times in this film where I didn't enjoy the character at all. I didn't like her, this Ebony character. She had a big mouth. She swore all the time at her kids. She was aggressive. She was violent. She was confrontational. But the character really grew on me as the film progressed. When you saw the deep passion that she has for her kids, and even her mother, even though that relationship is very damaged and strained, as you see throughout this film. So on one side of the coin, you've got this strong, gritty family drama. And then to top it all off, it's a possession film. It's a demonic possession movie. And all that is kind of bubbling away nice and quietly in the background, and it raises its head now and again. And you can just see it slowly building, slowly escalating, slowly, getting into the poisoning the children, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse as the film progresses. And while all this is going on, the family drama stuff, you've got this demonic possession stuff going on in the background. And then you get this, what I think is a really impactful climax of the film. I have to say, I think this is getting a little bit of, I don't know. I mean, when I'm looking at some of the reviews for this, they're being quite dismissive, I think. And I can kind of understand that, because sometimes people might go into a film like this and expect a certain thing. If you read the synopsis of this, or, this is kind of being promoted as this evil, demonic horror film. And that is in there, but you've got to get over the hurdle of all the family drama stuff first. And I don't imagine there's a lot of filmgoers with the patience to do that. Because I personally don't think that modern audiences are quite are not, well, we know they're not forgiving, and they're certainly not patient. This follows a similar pattern, in my opinion, and I'm not comparing it to it, but it follows a similar pattern to The Exorcist. You know, The Exorcist had a lot of family stuff first, and it had, like, you know, the evil kind of going on in the background. It manifested quicker in The Exorcist, if you like, than this one, but that just makes this different than The Exorcist. But I was really invested in these characters, really invested, because I genuinely didn't like Ebony for the longest time in this film. I thought she was a nasty piece of work, to be honest. And these poor kids, I just felt really sorry for them, you know what I mean? Because they weren't getting the best out of the mum, and, you know, they weren't getting the best out of life, and they were just really struggling, and I really bought into all that. And then you could see this poison and this evil rising up in the house and slowly taking them, and there's some very, very powerful scenes in this film where the older brother's trying to drown the son and the mother can't get him off, sort of thing, and a few other bits and pieces where that really, I think, were very, very quite frightening, actually. You know, there's this great scene where she's driving in the car and she looks behind and she sees her son's eyes changed to just black, and it was very frightening stuff. And then you get the confrontation at the end. Now, I think it kind of, I thought it was going to go down the typical, like, demonic possession route, you know, chucking holy water, you know, reading from the good book and all this kind of stuff, and bringing the exorcist in to deal with it. And it kind of starts like that, but she doesn't call herself an exorcist, she calls herself a deliverer or something like that, this person that she brings in to help. But that's not how the kind of film concludes. It kind of doesn't go fully down that route. It's really up to the mother to basically deal with this and deal with what's going on in the house and deal with this evil spirit. And I think the last 20-25 minutes were very well done. You know, there's great scenes with this demonic spirit, like mimicking people that she knows and just fully going, you know, over the top stuff. So you've got to wait a while to get there, like to the horror stuff. Even though it kind of pops up now and again to remind you that, don't forget, guys, this is a horror film and it's going to come and get you soon. If you can get over the, like, drama side of the film, the relationship stuff and the gritty, grounded stuff, I think you'll be rewarded with your patience, because I was reasonably impressed with this film. I thought it was a well-made, like, demonic possession film that made me kind of care about the characters. So many of them these days, you know, they're just like, let's get the spinning heads and the green spew out, you know, as quick as we can. You know, let's get the, you know, chucking people, you know, all over rooms, over and done with as quick as we can. Let's get to that bit first. That's what the audiences want to see. No, what I want is to be invested in the characters. So when it gets to that kind of stuff, I care what happens to them. And this film, I think, did that, in my opinion. So if you haven't seen The Deliverance yet, it's on Netflix now. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.